Great thinkers are great gamblers. They constantly make bets and use probabilities. Let's talk about why this habit matters so much and how to use good decision-making processes. So, how do we make good choices when we're not sure how things will play out? First, let's do an exercise created by Annie Duke, former professional poker player and author of one of my favorite books, Thinking in Bets. Think about your best decision last year. Got it? Good. How did that decision turn out? Good, bad, or average? If you're like most people, then you picked a decision that ended well. Why? Because we tend to judge choices based on outcomes. But that's a problem that Annie Duke calls resulting. In her book, Thinking in Bets, she uses the example of the Seahawks in the 2015 Super Bowl. Coach Carroll called for a pass at the end of the game. The Patriots intercepted and won. So many people hated Coach Carroll because of the bad ending, but in reality, it was a good choice. In 15 seasons, only 2% of passes were intercepted in that situation. We shouldn't use results to judge our decisions. Luck plays too big of a role. Instead, we should focus on what we can control. We should focus on our own decision-making processes. So, how can we get better at making decisions? Let's discuss 4 lessons every kid should learn and every adult should remember. Number 1, think in probabilities, not absolutes. We naturally think in black and white, but life is much more complicated. So resist saying things like, that's guaranteed, and use percentages instead. The faster we learn that the future may go many different directions, the better. Number 2, keep your mind open. As Philip Tetlock says, great decision makers are like foxes. They're nimble, flexible, and adaptable. It's easy to always use one big idea to interpret the world, but practice the opposite. Try using many different perspectives before you settle on an answer. Number 3, work in groups. We all have biases we can't escape on our own. The solution? Build a team of thinkers with your own friends. Point out mistakes you see in each other. Ask hard questions and hold each other accountable. Number 4, update your beliefs. Treat each decision like a little test. How did that go? What did I learn? How can I improve next time? Of course, some choices are too big to experiment with, but you can use most decisions as chances to learn and improve your thinking. And if you want to learn about another way to improve your own thinking as well as your child's, check out my video on helping kids think for themselves.